Hey, what's going on? It's Justin from LA with another Turo business update. Just finished up the check-in photos for the Escape. It's the second car that I have on the platform now, and I'm at pretty much LAX grounds. Got to go pick up the Mustang here in a couple minutes. One thing that's really helped with this pickup and drop-off thing is from Best Buy. I got a little electric scooter. So now when I ride the flyaway bus down here onto airport property, I can more easily and quickly transport myself to and from the little kind of last mile trips to get all of this taken care of. So as I do this checkout process and check-in process today with the Mustang and the Escape respectively, I'll go through some of how that process goes and a little bit more detail of the step-by-step of it. So right now with the Escape, because I'll be dropping that off around 7 p.m. tonight and it's around only 9:30 right now, I have it parked at a local spot where there's no overnight parking, but there's also no hourly limitations for how long I can keep the Escape here either. So got that taken care of, and right now I'll be riding the scooter over to LAX property to pick up the Mustang from the renter that's dropping it off. They're dropping it off right at their terminal. They're flying Southwest today. So I'll meet them right at the terminal using the Best Buy scooter, just to make sure it's convenient for them. And then I'll do the checkout process for the Mustang, make sure there's no damage, everything like that. Luckily with recent trips, there hasn't been any reason to file a claim lately. Everyone's been taking really good care of the cars. So it's definitely a good thing for a Turo host. All right, so now I'm here, Terminal 1, waiting for the drop off of the Mustang. One thing that I've noticed about my Turo business so far is it's not as scalable as I would want it to be. But on the scooter ride up here just now, I saw that there is a valet business down the street that I might want to look into, possibly paying them some sort of fee to do this part of the drop-off for me, because this is the most, to me, time-consuming part of the Turo business for me so far. Going to car washes, spend a lot of time there making sure the car is clean and ready for the next renter. But the next scalability step for me for the Turo business is this LAX drop-off experience. So definitely looking for options for that. I tried Drop Car, this thing that's listed for Turo hosts, but it looks like it might be inactive right now. I don't know if that's like a COVID thing or what the deal is. But I'm unable to find any information about what's going on with Drop Car and why that didn't work. I did try to book it for my last renter, but nothing happened with it, and no one contacted me. So hoping that Turo either updates that or takes it off the website, either one, just to kind of gain some clarity on what the next steps are for Drop Car. But yeah, it seems like there's some local businesses here towards the airport that do some sort of valet service. Definitely looking forward to gaining some more information and insight on that, as I think that would help me scale this a lot better. All right, just picked up the Mustang from LAX. This car always gets rave reviews. It's a beautiful car, including this past renter. It's like, dang, when I get home, I gotta buy this car for myself, which I thought was pretty cool. So the first thing I do before I even drive off of airport property is I make sure I take a photo of the odometer and the fuel gauge, just to be sure there's a record of those things. Because part of the checkout process is, hey, how many miles did this renter drive? So you want to make sure you have a good record of that. And then part of it too is, what is the fuel gauge before when I drop it off for them, and what is the fuel gauge after, just to make sure you have a good record of those things. So before I even drive off of airport property, obviously thank the renter for renting the Mustang, and then make sure to document the fuel level and then the mileage as well. Alright, next thing I got going on is washing the car nice and thoroughly. Take the floor mats out, clean it all out, make sure it's nice and ready to go for the next renter. Definitely a step you don't want to skimp on. I love going to this place. It's really close to my house, Blue Wash Express. The unlimited pass here is only $33 a month, so I definitely feel like I get my money's worth because I spend a lot of time here. So I'm going to keep going and make sure that this beauty is ready to go for the next renter. Alright, so now that I got the car clean, one final thing that I'll do is measure the tire tread depth with a tool like this. It'll actually display the tire tread depth to the 32nds of an inch, and you'll see There's a red section that pops up if the tire depth needs replacing. If you're in the green zone, typically that's still a rentable depth on Turo. The minimum that they have on there is 3/32 of an inch. So you'll see the red zone. I don't know if you can see that on camera. The red zone will actually start at the 2/32 of an inch mark. So what I like to do is make sure at the beginning and end of each trip to go ahead and use the tire tread depth marker here. So this one, if the camera comes into focus, right around 9/32 of an inch. So still got plenty of depth on those tires. You guys have probably heard of like the quarter trick to test the tire tread depth. Let's say the tires were really like worn out from the renter and it was like really no tread depth left. Let's say it's like, okay, clearly we're doing wheelies, we're doing burnouts, something. So just keep in mind, and another good Turo host tip. All right, so now got the Mustang all washed up, checked up. The check-in list is all done for the previous renter. The trip is complete. No new damage, luckily, which is always great as a Turo host. Everything's been checked and ready to go for the next renter. So that's basically the entire process that I showed you guys today, is picking up the car directly from the renter at LAX, going through the car wash, and just the post list checklist to make sure everything is clean for the next person and there's no new damage. One thing that I did want to show too is some things to bring with you to the post-trip checklist. One thing that I didn't think of initially, but is actually important to bring with you, is a ruler. Just a traditional wooden one. Helps show any new damage on the vehicle. And Turo does actually require that if you post a damage claim, that you do have a photo of it with a ruler next to the damage, so they can get a better idea of what kind of damage they're looking at. The next thing that I have with me all the time when I go to these car washes to get the trip ready to go for the next person is just a pack of Windex wipes. Makes things easy to clean the inside of the window. I have a little brush that I use. The place that I go that I showed you guys in this video, the car wash, has vacuums to use, but they're not like necessarily super fancy. So if there's anything that's hard to get out of the carpet, I'll just like obviously brush and vacuum. Make sure to get everything nice and clean there. Another thing is just have some basic good Armor All cleaning wipes. Just make sure you go through the entire interior of the car. Luckily, today's July 1st. Luckily today it seems like COVID's less of a thing. I still disinfect the car on top of cleaning it, but it seems like nowadays we can just kind of focus more on the cleaning aspect rather than also doing a disinfecting step after that. The final things that I keep with me for the cleaner is just make sure I have like a spray bottle with both solution in it and just water, just to kind of make sure I get everything polished up and ready to go for the next renter. But that'll basically conclude today's Turo video about the checkout process when someone's returning a rented car and you have to get it kind of ready to go as a Turo host for your next renter. As always, if you guys saw some value in this video, would love if you guys left a comment about your favorite part. If you did the thumbs up symbol on the YouTube video, that's always helpful. Please subscribe. I'll be posting videos about Turo, fitness, and some other things coming up in the near future. Look forward to talking with you guys.